bulletproof.
You're dead.
Sorry about your window, but you're welcome for not getting robbed. Oh, hey, what's up? I'm a superhero.
What have you done?
But it turns out that wasn't the...
He's gonna change the world. Cheerleading trials.
Hi, boys.
Oh, awesome. As a bat signal, that's your... Oh, sorry. That's your signal. That means we have to go now.
Yeah, that's what that means.
It's so cool.
What's up there, YouTube and all social media lands? Welcome to an all-new video. So in this video, we're going to be doing a DCEU ranking of all the current films up to The Suicide Squad. So we're going to get right into that and see what all those results are. Before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss this video and the other videos I put up. And as always, people, if you enjoy my content, definitely check out my other social media platforms, such as Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. Definitely check those out, people. It's a pretty cool thing. Yeah. And as always, people, let's get right into this. So welcome, one and all, to an all-new video. So like I was saying before, in this video we're going to be doing a ranking of all the DCU films from, like I said, the most current film, to the very first film, and we're going to rank them 1 to 11. So we're going to go right into that. So let's get right into that, people. Are you ready for some DC action? Oh yeah, we got Aquaman, we got Wonder Woman, we got Flash, we got Cyborg, we got Superman, we got Batman, we got so many characters. Oh my goodness, and so many movies, and it's going to be so much fun. So like I said, let's get right into this. So, start us off at number 11 on this list. Number 11 is none other than the Whedon cut of the Justice League. Yeah, the Whedon cut of Justice League. Yeah. So I put this one at the 11th spot because I just don't like what Whedon did with the film. In a whole, the film I really enjoyed and thought it was really well done, but how Whedon decided to make it and try to make it like a Marvel film, this did not feel and set right with me, because DC is so different than Marvel. DC is a lot darker, versus like seeing like The Dark Knight, Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises, films like that. Even the original Batman from '89 or the 1966 Batman, or anything like that. DC has always been kind of more of a darker approach. So when Whedon tried to bring the Marvel aspect into this film, it just made it, I feel, the worst of the 11 films. So that's why Justice League, the Whedon cut, is at number 11. So coming in at number 10 on the list, number 10, people, is Wonder Woman 1984. Yeah, Wonder Woman 1984. So I put this one at number 10 because there was so much potential with this film, and because that there wasn't really great editing in the film, it just made it not as good as it could have been. Now, don't get me wrong, the story was interesting, the bringing in of Cheetah was really awesome, the, Pedro Pascal's character was really awesome, but in the end, it just was not cut properly, and I don't think that it was at its full potential for what it could be. Because I thought bringing back, Steve, Trevor was amazing and fun. I love Chris Pine playing that character again. I thought he was super hilarious and fun. I love Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. She does a great job. But all in all, it felt like it ran itself together. It didn't feel edited. It didn't feel like a fully formed film. And so that's why I decided to put this one at number 10, just because even though it was a fun film and I enjoyed watching it, I still think there was a lot of flaws in it, and I wish they had edited just a little better and give us a better film. So coming in at number 9 on the list, number 9, people, is Wonder Woman. Yeah, you're probably like, a lot of people are probably like, man, you're putting this so low on the podium. Yes, and I'll tell you why. The reason why I put this one at 9 is I just feel that the other films were a little better. Wonder Woman wasn't a bad film. It wasn't horrible. It had a good story. It had great CGI, great, story arc. I love the introduction to, basically giving us a more of an introduction into who Wonder Woman is, who Diane is. And, it had a great cast. I mean, between, Chris Pine and Gal Gadot, and then you also had, just great other ensemble cast throughout the film. and it was a really well-rounded film, but I feel it wasn't as good as the other films in the DCEU, because it still had a dark tone to it, but it still had, you know, it didn't feel like a DCU film, you know what I mean? So it was a little different to me. It was an okay film. I thought that Patty Jenkins, you know, directed it very well, and it had a fun film, but I just feel that the other films are a little better than this one, and that's why I put this one at number 9. So coming at number 8 on the film, number 8 in this ranking, is none other than the first outing or re-outing of Superman himself, the film The Man of Steel. Oh yeah, The Man of Steel. Yeah. Now this one, of course, was directed by Zack Snyder. He directed the crap out of the film. He made a great film. I love Henry Cavill as Superman. Love Amy Adams as, you know, the amazing character, you know, that is Superman's love interest. You have, you know, Diane Lane. You had Lawrence Fishburne as Perry White. I mean, this movie had a great cast. I mean, you had, you know, Zor-El in it, you had Russell Crowe, all this stuff, you know, it was a really well done film. But I bring this one at number 8 because, once again, I thought the other films were a little better, and then also, I just didn't care for how, you know, they kind of did a rush job of the backstory of Superman in this one, and they didn't give him enough time to really show, they didn't show enough, I felt, of, like, the in-between time that this is supposed to be taking place between Superman Returns and what's going on. And I just thought that there was a lot going on in the film that just, you know, there was flaws to it. There was definitely things that I felt could have been better. And I just didn't care too much for even the final fight sequence between Superman and, you know, Zod. And I just thought that it could have been a little better. I thought that there could have been more substance to it. I didn't like that Superman kept kind of getting kicked, you know, his butt kicked. When he's the Man of Steel, he should not. This should not be a hard time for him. Even when he took on, you know, Doomsday, he still kicked the crap out of Doomsday pretty well. And I feel like he didn't fail as bad like as he does with his fight with Zod. So that's another reason why I put Man of Steel at, you know, number 8. It's definitely a great film, not bad by any means. Just I feel there's some things that could have been different, and I thought it just wasn't as good as the other films on this list. So coming at number 7 on this list, number 7, people, is none other than the brand newest DCEU film, The Suicide Squad. Yeah, The Suicide Squad. So this film would have been higher up on my chart if they had not killed off so many great characters. Between Captain Boomerang to killing off Polka Dot Man, you know, those two characters, because he killed them off, that's why this is going down in number 7. Now, I felt that The Suicide Squad was a little better than the previous other 4 films on this list that I've already mentioned, and just in all, James Gunn did such a great job. I love the hard R this film was, the gore, the action, that was all great. King Shark really put this up higher on my list too, because I love King Shark. He's always been one of my great characters. You know, I love sharks. They're like my favorite creature in the world. That's why I'm named after a shark. And, you know, King Shark really did it for me for the film. He kept it alive for me. He was just so much fun. I love him so much better than I liked Croc from, you know, the first film. And just all in all, the film was just so awesome. And I just thought that, you know, Idris Elba was so amazing as, you know, Deadsport. And John Cena did a decent job with Peacemaker. And it just all in all was a great film, really well-rounded. I just don't feel it's as good as the other films on this list as well, just like I've said with the previous films. Just the other ones edged out these by a little bit. But all in all, because of the depths in this film, that is why it's at number 7 on my list. So coming at number 6 on the list, number 6 is a Harley Quinn-led film that just came out last year. Is Margot Robbie's second outing as this character, and just was a really well-rounded film and really well-directed. And that, of course, is a film called Birds of Prey. Yeah, Birds of Prey. Now, this one comes in at number 6, and a little over The Suicide Squad, simply for the fact that I just thought that Margot Robbie's performance in this one was a tad bit better than in The Suicide Squad. Also, I just thought that this film was a little better evolved, and they didn't kill off any big main characters in this film. So that's a big reason why this film's a little higher than the Suicide Squad. Also, I just thought it was a little better of a film. Even though this one was R-rated too, so it had a lot of great action and stuff in it too. But there was just a few more comical moments in this one that I enjoyed more. And I just liked, Ewan McGregor put this film over for me out of any of the previous films on this. And that's why also it's at number 6 for me, because Ewan McGregor was so awesome as Blast Mask. He was so freaking good. And that just puts him higher up on the scale for me. So that's why this one's at number 6. So coming in at number 5 on the list, number 5 is the James Wan directed film that they're starting to currently work on, the second film to this, that Jason Momoa brought to life, that is just a really fantastic film, really well done, and just is really enjoyable. And that happens to be the film Aquaman. Yeah, Aquaman. Oh my god, Aquaman's such a great film. Jason Momoa is so awesome as the character. I love the guy that plays Black Manta. I think he's great. I enjoyed William Dafoe in this film as, you know, his character. He was really awesome. I love that Dolph Lundgren was in it. I love Nicole Kidman in it. I love just everything about it. Ocean Master was really fantastic in the film. And it just was a really fun film. And so well put together with lots of great action, lots of great funny lines, and just a really well done film. And this one edged out Birds of Prey, the Suicide Squad, and the other ones a little bit, just by the fact that I felt that it was, once again, just a better constructed film. Also, I just thought that there was a lot more funnier lines in this, and I just love Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I thought he did such a great job in this film. Even though Amber Heard is in this film, who I absolutely dislike as an actress. I don't think she's good at all. I don't like her as the character. I just think that she kind of, you know, she gives the, you know, film a little bit of a ruin take for me. You know, her being in it, it kind of puts it down more on the totem pole for it, because otherwise Aquaman probably would have been up a little bit higher. But at the same time, the whole aspect about them talking underwater and giving it the echo sound also is another reason why I put it down at number 5 too, because I didn't care too much for that. You know, it would have been nice if it had been a little more clear. I understand why they went that way, you know, to make it a little bit more authentic. But at the same time, in anything else I've ever seen Aquaman in, he talks normal underwater. Or he doesn't talk at all. Or he just does sirens or something, or noises and stuff like that. Or if you have seen him talking underwater, he usually just sounds normal. So that was another reason why I put it down at number 5. But all in all, like I said, James Wan made a great film. It's really fantastic and a great film to check out. So coming in at number 4 on the list, number 4 is the first Suicide Squad. Oh yeah, Suicide Squad, woo! I absolutely love this film. I think it's fantastic. I know it got a lot of hate. I know a lot of people thought it was horrible, but I think this is an absolutely fantastic film. The director's cut, or the unrated cut that they put out, is a lot better of a film. I hope they bring out the air cut, because I think that'll be even more better of a film. But this film just got a lot of slack. A lot of people hated it, which I totally disagree. I thought it was a great concept. I love the Enchantress. I love the, you know, all the different characters they brought to life, and I thought Margot Robbie was fantastic as Harley Quinn in this. I loved Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag. I thought that they did a great job of, you know, bringing to life Deadshot, who, you know, kicked butt. Will Smith did a great job. I just thought it was a really well-rounded film that just kicked butt and had a great cast, and I just think it's so much better than what people make it out to be, and that's why it's number 4 on my list, because I think it's a little better than all the previous films, and I don't want to say it's better than Birds of Prey per se, but because of the casting in this film, I think it's a little better than Birds of Prey. There's just something about this, you know, Suicide Squad itself, just I felt was better than those previous films. And that's why I put this one at number 4. So coming at number 3 on my list, number 3 is none other than another Zack Snyder outing that is just a superb film that I saw at least 3 times in theaters, and another one that I thought got way too much, you know, criticism, but that was a really fantastic film. And that, of course, is the film Batman vs. Superman. Oh yeah, Batman vs. Superman. Oh my god, this movie is so freaking awesome. everything about this film was so on point. Doomsday was awesome. I love the introduction that they bring in Wonder Woman into this. I love that we got to see a little bit of Flash, a little bit of Aquaman, a little bit of Cyborg. We got all this interesting, cool stuff. I love the fight sequence between Batman and Superman, which was really fantastic. And just a really well-rounded film. And Zack Snyder directed the crap out of this film, edited it so well, and just gave us a really powerful, awesome film. I think this movie is fantastic. I think it's better than the majority of the films previously on this list. And this is just one of my all-time favorites of the DCEU so far, besides the first two that I'll be talking about. But this is just a fantastic film. Really well done. And just everything about it I thought was so well conceived and done. And I just thought it looked the best out of majority of the previous films too. I just thought that it had a really great direction and really brought to life a lot of greatness to the DCEU too. So that's why it's number 3 on my list. So coming number 2 on my list, number 2 is another Zack Snyder-led one, and that is the actual director's cut, and not the Whedon cut, of the Justice League. Yeah, oh my god, when this came out this past March, and I sat there and watched this magnum opus, this movie is so freaking amazing. This is exactly what Justice League should have been when it hit theaters back in 2017, and it is phenomenal. From all the re-edits that they did, re-adding all the footage that Zack Snyder had already shot previously for the Justice League, just worked so well and made so much more sense with the film. And everything about the Snyder Cut was so much better than the original. It just was such a great DCU film, and just was exactly what we wanted from the Justice League when we first were supposed to get it back in 2017. And so this one coming in at number 2 on my list is simply the fact that it just was so freaking amazing. And I mean, I liked it just a tad bit more than BBS. BBS and this are very tightly close to what I like. And this film is just really, extension of BBS. It was just so amazing. If you haven't seen Justice League, the Snyder Cut, definitely check it out, people. It is such a great film, and that's why this one's number 2 on my list. So that brings me to the number 1 on my DCU ranking. And have you guessed what it is? This shouldn't be hard. There's only one movie left that we haven't talked about, and that's right. It is the Zachary Levi-led film, Shazam! Oh yeah, Shazam. Oh my god. Shazam is my number 1 favorite, simply for the fact that I just thought this movie was the best out there. I think that this is better than all the other ones that they've combined together, put together. I just think that the level of story, the level of comedy, the action, the costumes, the CGI work, and just the acting was so superb in this film, and just is a really amazing DCU film. I love the darkness of the film, but also I love the lightheartedness and the comedy of the film that just work so well together and are very equal on each part of the film. And just the acting by Jacob Dylan Grazer was so freaking hilarious in this film. And I just think Asher did a really good job too of bringing, his character to life. And everything about it, I just love it the most. I think it's so much fun. I've probably watched this one the most out of all the films, besides BBS, because I think these two, once again, like I said, 1, 2, and 3 were very hard for me to do, because all 3 of those films are all equal to me for how good they are. And Shazam just eked out both of these a little bit just because of Zachary Levi's performance. He was so freaking awesome in that film. And I love when all the kids turn into Shazams themselves and are played by great actors themselves too. And I thought Mark Strong was such a great villain bad guy. And I loved that they brought in Lex Luthor's dad from Smallville playing his dad in the film was freaking hilarious. His name escapes me at this moment, but he was such an awesome character in Smallville that I love that they made him a part of this too. I thought it was so cool, and he just brought a great realness to the film too as well, and just it's such a great film. I love all the aspects of it. I love the that we got a different take on the DC universe. I love that we went away from what we've already seen and done. And just hands down, just a really well-rounded film and so well-directed. Shazam is my number 1. It will be my number 1 for a while until they come up with something even better. But this is definitely my number 1, and that's the reason why it's number 1 for me. Just a side note, frickin' Ezra Miller as the Flash is frickin' fantastic. He is awesome too, and that's another reason why Justice League Snyder Cut was so freaking amazing too, is because of Ezra Miller. He was awesome. So that's it for this DCU ranking, guys. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for liking, and also thank you for subscribing. And if this is your first time here, or you have been here before, don't forget to check out any older new videos you might not have seen mine yet. As always, people, if you want to show some love, check out my Patreon page where I add bloopers, outtakes, and all kinds of cool stuff like that to give you some extra treasures for enjoying my content. So definitely check that out too, people. And also, if you're a huge horror fan, check out the Awesome Horror Pack, which is a great subscription service of great films of horror coming to your door every month for a great low price. So definitely check that out too, people. As always, catch you in the next one.